Oh man. Let's see. And of course it's not. Oh, there we go. So yeah, it says we're live. There's no one in here, but let's go ahead and get started. Uh, Welcome to the first episode of the Stronghold. I'm Killa Killa with that dad here. The news and theory show about empires and puzzles. Today we're going to be talking about a couple of topics. First on the list is skins, hero of the month, emblems. We have news and update. We have the stronghold. We have the buildings at the stronghold. Atlantis Rising featuring Ursania, I think. Um, and that's where we're going to start. I see a lot of people in chat already. So I will thanks for chat. Thanks for showing up. Appreciate all the support. We will be conversing amongst ourselves though, so you guys know. That dad is here. He's just being quiet.
What is up, you guys? What is our first episode of the Stronghold? And man, me and Killer are super excited about this.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I'm nervous, but I'm happy because it's you have one of those like great ideas. You just got to see it come to fruition. And we've been talking about this for a while, guys. You don't even know how long we've been on the phone just talking about theory, news, and what's to come, empires and puzzles. That dad can attest. I have probably if his wife is looking at his phone records, she's like, "Yo, you're having an affair with Killa Killa."
Hey, she just kind of like shrugs her shoulders, turns around. But like, I got a cool wife. She understands that like this is a game I love. This is the only game I play.
Yeah.
Really. So like, yeah, it is funny. It's something that's been in the works for a long time. Of just us spending hours on the phone, almost every day, just talking the game.
Yeah.
And
definitely.
finally saying, you know what, we just need to broadcast this.
Yeah, we need to broadcast it. We need to handle it. They said you were muffled, so I try to fix it. I'll see if I got you a little better or not. Let's see what they said. Let's see if they say you're better. With nothing else, I mean, I'm sorry about the muffled. We're trying to get to a little. Okay, so it's a little better.
Is that what about me?
Said your voice is muffled when you're talking, so I don't know if it's the Discord mic. A bit. It says a bit better. Let me see. Maybe I'll turn up even louder. Let's see.
Yo.
What about that? Let's go with that. Let's see if that's better.
Testing the stronghold.
Yes, testing. And again, guys, this is the first episode, so again, we're like brand new. We're working on trying to get a possible Skype or something like that, so we can both have two faces on the stream club. Not really, it's muffled. We'll just power through it, guys. Sorry for the muffle. Yeah, we'll power through it. We'll get through it. We'll try it again next time.
Hey, Killa, do you have me going through the mic and PC? Like, do you have your PC volume up?
I have desktop audio off, but I have mic auxiliary on. Should I do it the other way around?
You should do it so only your audio goes through the mic, but my audio is only going through the PC.
We will have to talk about that, buddy. We will have to. Because,
okay.
Good luck.
Alright, sounds like you're going to be doing the majority of the talking, so...
No, somebody said it sounds much better. So...
Oh, does it?
Killa, you're very clear, though. Okay, it's speaker. Yeah. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Let me see. What if I did... Let's try this. Let's try one more thing. Let's try that. Now see what you got.
Alright, what do you have?
There we go. Is that a little bit better? This says I'm getting better. I turned you up a little bit. I don't want to get to the red level, but we're close. We're like a yellow right now. So we'll see if that's better.
Am I better? Testing stronghold. Testing stronghold.
Hi, Killa. Everybody says, "Oh God." So is it getting worse or is it getting better? Oh man.
Probably worse.
Probably worse. Yeah.
Because like before you went live, I didn't have an echo of my voice, but now I have an echo.
No, somebody said, yeah, way better. Kind of got worse, same. Yeah, I don't know. We'll have to definitely test it another time. As he it didn't sound that bad on the return video when I shot the video, so I don't know. Turn that down a bit. Okay, see now you're too loud. Yeah, that's what I
Not
thought.
too loud.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Let's try that. See if that's better. Worse. Have him get a bit further from his mic. Ah, depends on people's viewing on the computer.
Is this
Yeah.
better?
Let's see if that's better. Is that better? I'm mad we're doing all the testing on the thing. But that's how we get down at the Killer and that dad show in the Stronghold, man. We got to make some mistakes before we get better. Yeah, somebody says way better. All right,
So that's better right there.
Yeah, that's better.
Okay.
All right, so let's talk about the skins. Let's go over our theory. So you have Quintus maxed out, right?
Not maxed, but I mean he's a little bit down my list to get. But yeah, I like Quintus.
Yeah, you like Quintus. So guys, I got Quintus on the screen right now, and I'm showing him in slides, so you'll see what his new skin will look like, which looks like kind of like a futuristic spacesuit electric guy versus how it used to be just the.
Hey, do you have your PC volume up? Because I can hear the.
Yeah, you want to turn the PC volume down?
Turn the PC volume all the way down.
Let's see about right there. Let's see about that. How you like that one?
All right.
What about there? That might be better.
Does that work?
Yeah, hopefully. Yeah. Everybody's saying hello. Anyway, so we have Quintus on the board. You got Quintus up. What we were talking about earlier is how that you have Quintus at 70 and skins right around the way. So what we were thinking about doing is, instead of investing more into another hero, sticking with Quintus because the skin's coming up. But people don't know really what the skins are going to do. They said already that the skins are going to be a rework of Generation 1. Confirmed? You got that pretty much out of what we...
Yeah, so confirmed. Just for Season 1, Epics and 5 stars will receive skins.
Okay. And that's everybody, but you think it's going to be a rollout, right?
It's going to be a rollout for everyone, and I would anticipate being able to collect the skins through, like, some sort of shard collection.
Okay, so almost like
unlock that skin.
Yeah, almost like an emblem like award.
Like you get one shard. It takes 10 to unlock Chef Bull Tusk.
Got you. So we know Quintus is going to be for sure a spaceman.
Yeah.
And we already know that Quintus attacks all, and he does. I think it's 270 damage. What do I got? Yeah, 270 damage to all targets. That's his main special skill, and that's all he does. What do you think Quintus needs, or what do you think they should add to him with the skin going on?
Well, with the skin that we see with that they've teased us with, I mean, he definitely has a lot of armor being added to him. So I'm hoping with that skin we see maybe some defense buffs, maybe some attack buff, because Quintus already has nice tile damage, so then adding on to his tile damage would be really nice. Take someone like Asarnia, adding on a skin that adds to her tile damage would be great. But like a Quintus or a Thorn, what I think we really want to see is extra tech added to them. Because right now, just Quintus and Thorn only have one tech, and that's just their hit. Both are good. Both are good hits. Thorn is arguably a sniper now.
Yes.
It's really close, but at level 70, Magni still hits harder than Thorn. Thorn overall does more damage because he hits 3, but Magni also has a little bit better tech because he gives that defensive buff, and he has better tile damage.
So go ahead, finish.
So even though Thorn has 480 damage, Magni's got like 420 on their special skills. Magni still hits harder.
All right, so you talked about the special skill, but you also talked about the base stats. Do you think the skin should affect both base stats and the special skill?
I think so, because it seems like their goal for this is to increase the stats to where they kind of hang more with the Hero of the Months and like special event heroes in Season 2.
Okay. All right. So and then we're talking about we have a theory of what the special skills should be. So you said added armor. Do you think like maybe it's kind of like adding like on like a oh man, it just slipped my mind. So you said armor. So maybe like it's hit all and all allies get some type of armor increase. Should that reduce
some
his?
type of like some type of like armor increase or something along those lines, or maybe adding a chain link for your purples. Most of the time when you use Quintus, where he really shines is going to be in events. He does have good tie advantage. He can't shine on offense if you do have like a Panther, to be able to use Quintus after a Panther or a Ketchum. Any one of those, or if you're more of a cheap to play player and you have Typertus or Cat, Quintus hit off of them works really well as well. So seeing that extra tech of like where your heroes get extra defense or a chain link for your purples, um, something along those lines would be really nice. Since he is slow mana and attack on all, I see whatever buff. If they were to give him a buff, it would affect all of your heroes or all of their heroes.
Right. Right. Let's move on to the next guy who's getting the skin, and the guy who apparently they say they named after one of the fellow members of our new alliance, Bold Tusk. Bold Tusk is getting a chef skin, so apparently he goes from being this warrior with a sword and shield to holding a skillet blackened pan, I think, and he's wearing a chef's outfit. So, do you think this is a portfolio of the chef, or do you think this is actually what Bold Tusk and Chef are twin brothers?
Like
So, in other words, what I'm implying is Chef is a troll or an orc. I guess
no,
an orc.
I think it's stay at home dad World of Warcraft
Ah,
Voltusk.
yeah. So
So
he's
like the women are going out and doing the majority of the fighting because like the men got lazy,
got you.
and so he's staying at home, and the woman's happy and he's happy. He gets to be at home. He gets to play video games. He gets to cook out some stuff, and he gets some extra meta.
So Chef is a woman that stays at home and does extra meta
No,
while
he's a
cooking.
man. He's a stay-at-home dad now.
Stay at home dad that is an orc. Okay, so got it. So we agree it's a profile picture of the chef. Who chef, he's in the chat. What do you know? And it's a profile picture of him in his attire at home. Okay, cool. I'm with that. So
Yeah.
so his added buff from that skin should be what though? Because I mean, Chef clearly already heals and doesn't attack up. So like, now what does Chef do?
Well, okay. So my work history is in restaurants, right?
Right.
So, um, we kind of are susceptible to burns because our fingers are calloused to crap. So maybe he's going to give like Chef Voltes could give like a defense against burns.
Ah, there you go. So like, because he's a chef now, he has like a fire resistance. So like maybe like the grave makers and the Marjanas and they can't burn him anymore.
Aslan.
Aslar, so kind of like a dot immunity maybe. So maybe even poison. Huh, I like that. I like
Yeah,
that.
maybe with that immunity. Of course,
So,
I mean, this is all a theory.
yes.
We don't know for sure. It's not even in beta yet,
Right.
as far as I know.
It's not. The skins are not in beta yet. And in all seriousness,
So,
guys, Bold Tusk is getting a skin. And when that's confirmed, it's probably going to be the chef skin, more likely because they've already released a picture of it. And
but they said it. I believe it's going to be possibly 2 skins for each character,
okay.
and a possibility of you being able to work both of those skins in to stack.
Huh. Okay.
So it's not just going to be possibly 1 skin for each. And again, this is only season 1 epics and 5 stars.
Nice.
4 and 5 stars only. 3 stars will not be getting the skins as far as we know right now.
Okay, so with that said, who do you think needs the biggest rework? And I think I already got your answer, but I'm just going to hear from you. Like, who do you think from season 1 epics?
For epic,
yeah.
let me go at it because I believe I have every season 1 epic maxed except for Skittle Skull.
Right.
Let me see who could use a good benefit.
I was thinking you're going to say Skittle
Um,
Skull because I know you and Skittle Skull have beef.
Skittle Skull could use some stuff, and there's it's up for debate if Skittle Skull is a guy or a girl. It's up for debate. Some people think that he is a girl. Some people think that he is a he.
So
we
would you
don't know.
say Skittle Skull needs a masculine or a feminine skin?
Well, I guess that would be the determining factor of what sex this goblin actually is.
Shit. Okay, that's interesting. That's interesting.
So, I mean, I think that's the most interesting thing about Skittle Skull with the skin is what the meta is going to be. It's going to be answered whether it's a freaking girl or a guy.
All right, there you have it.
To me, that's the most interesting thing about Skittle Skull.
Yeah, yeah. Nobody knows, so we'll never know. Okay. So maybe maybe a gender related skin there, and then after that, you would want Skittle Skull to do what, like as far as special skills? So clearly stat buff increase.
Well, Skittle Skull doesn't necessarily have bad tech.
Okay.
Maybe increase on the special skill damage.
Okay.
But I mean, he or she does negative 34% attack for 6 turns. Having an epic do something for 6 turns is kind of rare. But Skittle Skull can have decent defense when max.
Yeah.
So it'll be really interesting to see if these skins will actually make Skittle Skull more of a viable hero. And for still mana events, Skittle Skull can actually shine pretty decent.
What if they did something
for fast mana events? Excuse me, for fast mana events.
What if they did something with him like they did Buddy? Like because his name says Skittle Skull, and I was just thinking of Thothamin. What if they just added a minion to him when his special goes off? So then, like Skittle Skull actually does skull. He has skulls, and the skulls are like that wouldn't be bad at all.
I think that's a great theory, and I think with Skittle Skull being so mana that it should be a skull minion for all that.
Yeah, maybe something like that.
It's not on all. That meta would cause me to level up my Skittle Skull for tournaments.
Yeah,
absolutely. I mean, something like that would. Yeah,
that would be.
I think it would be worth it.
That would be worth it, right? So enough. Let's talk about something that you absolutely can't stand or absolutely love, one of the two, depending on who the viewer is. Let's talk about emblems. Let's go to the emblems. You have a kind of an interesting take on the emblems right now.
Yeah, I have a few different takes. One I actually haven't even talked to you about yet.
Okay.
And that's whether or not put emblems into 3 stars and 4 stars.
Okay. There we go.
All right. For tournaments.
Yes.
Okay. What we do know for tournaments matchmaking is the higher power your team, the higher power teams you're going to go against.
Right.
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 For 3 and 4 star, we'll just go off the 3 star. 3 star events, I've gotten top 1% easily every time without having any emblems in my team.
Right.
So is it, and I still got the top 1%. So is it worth putting emblems into? I don't think it is. I don't think enough of a player base is going to put emblems into rares or epics if you have a good roster to push you out of that top 1 or top 1 to 5% out of those top 2 tiers. I don't think there's just going to be enough, because the way that the meta is rolling with these 43 pushing 4,400 power teams.
Right.
And in the next few months, we're going to be seeing the 46, 4,700 power teams. If you're not saving those for your legendaries, if you're not at that point yet, if you're not saving those for those legendaries, then it's going to be really hard to catch up. And if you're not putting them into the legendaries, then it's going to be really hard to catch up.
Yeah.
And the thing is, I've told you this. I want them to break the emblem drops. I want the emblem drops to be completely broken and just obscene, to where it's not going to take a year to max a legendary. It should take about 3 months. If it takes us if it takes us 7 days to max legendary easily without buying trainer packs, it should easily take 3 to 4 months to max their emblems and then move on to the next team.
Yeah. What did you think about? Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the whales are always gonna whale. They're always gonna pull ahead of us.
Right.
But right now, since they lowered the emblem drops on tournaments, which was supposed to be the majority of the emblem community, the whales are able to pull farther ahead because they're opening up more raid chests, they're opening up more monster chests, they're buying the 175 gem emblem deals, they're buying the VIP, and so that's it, it's broken in a bad way, and I want them to just break it so just distribution of emblems is stupid and we're leveling up our heroes a lot quicker.
So we were talking earlier too, and I agree with you. Maybe should be more drops on the emblems, but the emblems are in the game. They're probably here to stay. People have to start making choices. So my advice was, when it came to picking emblems, is you try to pick the top player of each class in the game. And we have 10 classes. We have the Barb, Cleric, we have Druid, we have Fighter, we have Monk, we have Paladin, we have Archer, we have Rogue, we have Sorcerer, and we have Wizard, right?
Well, Archer is Ranger, but yeah.
Archer, Ranger, my bad. Ranger. So we decided that I was saying that, like, what you should do, because there's 10 emblems and there's 5 elements. What you want to do is pick your best element, or you should pick the best hero of the element that matches a certain emblem. Like, for instance, I think we came up with the top 2 barbarians in the game right now are probably Gravemaker and Kage. And what we decided was we liked Gravemaker more. So for the first fire hero, red hero for element, we went ahead and said that for barbarian, Gravemaker probably is your best choice for that. So your barbarian emblems might want to go all in the Gravemaker, or Kage if you have them. Doesn't matter like who you got, but like that's kind of like, and you stick that person either on your defensive team. And what we were talking about before was that you pretty much have 2 defensive teams. They're the 10 that match these emblems, and then after the emblems are maxed from those 10, then you can switch to the next set of 10 and go from there for legendary, epic, whatever not. But that's kind of like where the emblem game is going to go. And so another one we referenced was, I know for sure Wizard class was, I said I have Gwen. So Gwen was probably the best yellow tank, and that's why we went with Gwen for me. For some of the other ones, like for instance for Archer, I had Athena. For Druid, you have Boss Wolf and you have Thorn or Horkle. And we were talking about your Druid being that, like being your best class for right now, like who who you might want to put emblems in and stuff like that. What do you think about that idea? Is like as far as like advice for people who are doing the emblems, like defensive team, best 5, best 10 of and 2 separate elements. So you might have 2 red, 2 blue, and the rest down, but just in 2 different classes. What do you think about that advice for people going forward, like with the emblems? Because a lot of people are having trouble deciding on who emblems.
I think with raid tournaments and stuff like that, it's going to come really handy to have a tank of every color.
Right.
And you're going to want emblems in each of those tanks. So for me, I would just focus on, for the tournaments, and it'll make the rest of your gameplay better as well, having extra tanks.
Yeah.
But for me, because where my account is at, I have a lot of snipers, I have a lot of AoEs, I have a lot of triple hitters, but I don't have a lot of tanks.
Right.
So for me right now, focusing on getting a tank in every color is pretty much like my priority, because that'll help me in tournaments and stuff like that. So it's kind of making me rethink the way I'm looking at my emblems, because I want to make sure my tanks are emblemed up before everyone. But it's also making me look at my tanks to make sure that I have a tank in a separate class as well.
Yeah. So we talked about that theory as well too. So with the 5 elements, so maybe 5 of the classes, 5 of the elements are tanks, and then I said that maybe the other 5 classes of the other 5 elements, which basically the doubles, would be the support of that tank. So like for instance, I said for red, like I'm using Mitsuko as my tank because I think she has tank stats. I think she's one of the better sorcerers. And then Gravemaker being my red barb, Those are my two reds. So my two red classes are filled. So now I need a green, double green class. For Rogue, I think I'm going to go with, which would be a great lead into the next subject, which is the HOT. I'm going to go with Margaret, which has got I think it's got Empire Puzzles either upset or in a catch-22 right now. We can go on ahead and talk. You want to leave emblems and go to Margaret?
Yeah. Let's lead into Margaret. Not a big seller for Hero of the Month. I mean, I think SG was on a pretty good roll for a while of selling Hero of the Month.
Yeah,
but, a lot of whales are kind of lackluster about Margaret.
Yeah, people don't like her.
You have Margaret, and you've been working on her.
Yes, I have Margaret. I've been working on her, and I'm close to max. She's at tier 460. 20 to 90% off if she gets damage done to her. She also has the mana you get back from when you dodge to a certain amount based off the damage hit or damage missed. So you could either get like a smidget or like half a bar is what I've seen so far. I've seen her go all the way from nothing to like almost 3/4. And then another thing is that she also adds that red resistance to all greens. And one of the big things I think people are missing about the Heroes of the Month that have recently come out from, I guess, Aaron till now is the chain meta. Big thing that made me go after Margaret was the triple chain meta, which I have a lot of with my account, and I think a lot of people do who've been stacking these Heroes of the Month. Triple chain meta, and right now I've been running basically Evelyn, Margaret in the middle as my tank, and running Gregarion right next to him. So I've got Evelyn healing, Gregarion adding damage and defense, and then I've got Margaret adding a red resistance. And today it actually paid off and saved Gregarion because he was burning with the Gravemaker, and he didn't die from the dot like in like 3 hits because I think I got Gravemaker off like 3 times, and then it just worked out really well. But a lot of people don't like Margaret, but I don't understand why, because with her tech in place with the emblems, with her being a rogue, at tier 7, she could potentially be 100%, actually technically 102% dodge resistant to all special skills. So that's why I don't understand why people aren't really getting at her. Like, she's one of the few heroes that if you go down the emblem tree not that far, which we're close to 7, some people already have level 7 5-stars. I've seen them, and that's great for you guys. Getting there, but she would be a level 7 emblemed up 5-star, and with her special skill going off at very fast, which is 6 tile with a fast mana troop, and then 3 tile into nothing. She goes off every single turn. She could be at 100% resistant to special skills, depending on, with the miss rate. At the least she's 32 at tier 7. I just don't understand why people don't like her.
Here's the thing: a lot of people do not know still is who does she stack with, and this is before Margaret came out of beta. I said if she stacks with her, that could be really game changing.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, and that's the thing. She stacks with Inari.
She stacks with Inari, guys.
Yeah, she stacks with Inari. She does stack with Inari. I have on film live, and I have her with Inari actually breaking, with both buffs. And the reason she stacks with Inari, which actually goes into a completely another meta, but she stacks with Inari because Margaret does a dodge mana buff, and Inari does a dodge minion buff. Well, there goes the rest of the meta with that. So for blue, I'd imagine it'd be a dodge defensive up buff. Maybe for red, it's a dodge attack down buff or attack up buff. And then maybe for what am I missing? Purple. Purple, maybe it's a dodge and heal buff. It just depends on how they want to roll it down. So like expect probably over the course of like a year or more, these heroes getting, that type of meta, maybe not on the fast scale. You clearly know Inari's goes at average and does all, so and then Margaret does very fast and she only does 3, so maybe that is some of the tech they add into it, or maybe did you do a 3 and a hit with one coming up shortly? Who knows? They have a lot of ways they can go with that, but Inari does stack with them. What happens is Inari's little Fox and Dodge goes first, or Margaret's little Dodge and Star comes up. So it's a Fox Demon, and then it's the Star right below, and they're on top of each other. Matter of fact, I think it's either my Thursday podcast this week I showed it, or either the Friday one. But it's towards the end of the stream. But they both do stack. Yes, they do.
Well, I mean, this sounds like a lot of fun on offense, especially. But I mean, the thing when Margaret released, I was anticipating more of the whales wanting her, people who already had like huge benches, because she gives such great tile damage. And that didn't end up being the case. And then I thought for like accounts like mine, cheaper to play, to where I go after significant heroes of the months, I thought she was a good skip. But I also thought for beginner accounts she could be a good pull. So I thought like mainly she wouldn't be good for accounts like mine, the cheap to play that go after very specific heroes.
Right. Right. I would you know, I think what it is it's not she's such a either an offense defensive character, because like for instance the dodge on the defense right now, we haven't seen like, you know, her on a team if she's going to work or not. I will definitely be putting her up on my defensive team as soon as I get her right. But we haven't seen, you know, it's not a special skill that is seen really. Like her animation's cool, the little sneaky little rogue guy coming across the screen's cool, but it's not necessarily um an action that does, like you see like Anzog's went through the heroes and comes back down to Anzog as fire and heals everybody. It's not like Aaron, where you see the well, I guess you see the icon on, but Aaron does like a nice little circle and you see the healing continuously going. He adds the 2 buffs with the heart and the resistant to everything. You know, she's definitely, you know, it's the chain and it's just the dodge and mana there, and that's all you see.
She's gonna be great for you for your event teams, because her tile damage is stupid awesome. 821 base stats without talents and without troops.
Right, her tile damage is crazy. She
does. Her tile damage is really good.
821,
and,
yeah.
If you're the type of player who is good at board management, with her tile damage, that could be really beneficial to you.
Exactly. She looks like she would be a flank. I think we've talked about it, but like this last tier of the hero of the month, so basically from I guess that's Cutchin down, excluding Cutchin. I guess we said that Frida and Margaret look like tanks, or excuse me, look like flanks. Look like flanks.
Frida, Anzog, Margaret look like flanks.
Yeah, Frida, Anzog, Margaret look like flanks.
Which kind of leads us into our next hero of the month, though.
Yeah. Next one will be Ravnir.
Ravnir.
Yeah.
Yellow 5-star. Wukong's daddy.
Yeah, basically. Wukong's dad. Yep.
Not monkey dad, like adopted dad, like he owns Wukong, like on the surface type of thing.
Oh, like I let Wukong escape for a little bit. I came here to get him, but you know, I guess I'll stick around and show y'all how it's really done. So.
All right. Yeah. So you know, we're not beta players, but we always like to talk theory. I doubt they would do this, but what if Wukong and Ravnir stack on each other?
That's going to be very interesting, because if the dice in whatever Ravnir's is, I don't know, man. That's a big hit. That's a big hit.
I mean, you only need to dig 7 to 10 tiles into that to do some major damage.
See, scary stuff about that is that if, you know, we have Tornado right now, and if Tornado's on and you've got both of them stacking, they both go off, you could literally just Tornado the board away. And
I mean,
it's endless possibilities.
Yeah. If they stack, that makes my top hit at 127k against a purple, like a 260, 300k. Does that give 0 500k hits?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's a crazy big hit. It's very interesting thought process they're going on. It's like 185 versus what's Ravner's 200 what?
200. As long as they have more health than you. Ravner was created for these 13 and 14 star Titans.
Yes, he was. Yes.
A 13 and 14 star Titan is always, until they're just about dead, gonna have more health.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Like that last wave is the only one that won't have more health. That's very true.
Yeah, up until the last hit, he's always, up until like the end of the last hit, he's always going to have more health than your heroes.
Well, one thing's for sure, Ravenor's going to make that Ursania fight at the end of season 2 very interesting because now you got a mini Titan that starts off with 60k off the rip, which is already more than him. But then you bring Ravenor to it, and then what? Just drop her like a rock, like that fight will be done with like 2 shots at with 20 level 30 level troops on your heroes. That's big.
Yeah.
That's big. That's big. That's a big upset. That's big hits.
Yeah. And just for people in chat, we can't share pictures of stuff until it's actually released, unless SG has released it themselves, pre-release. So, but we can talk about it. We just can't show images of like Ravnir until he's actually released.
Right.
But he's like Wukong up to. I'm not looking at his card. And it's in beta, so it's still subject to change.
Yes.
Anzog was tested at slow mana hero, and thankfully he came out average.
Yeah, and I think Anzog's worth. I think he's somebody says he's a jack of all trades, master of none, but he does make the board interesting because like if you're behind, if you're down 3-4 or 3-5 in a raid, Anzog going off could still pull your team back ahead in the damage he's already doing. Also Anzog offers that again meta the triple chain with Zimkaitha, Gravemaker, and himself out. So it's another triple chain meta. And I think what people don't realize is like it's small percentages, but that's how this game is won, is actually in small percentages. It's not that like having the best heroes or having the max troops and stuff like that's going to happen. It's the combination of when you get the keys together. Like prime example, stacking colors does more damage than having a rainbow team. Well, that's percentages. Like your percentage of that color goes up, but your percentage goes down for making matches. But like you take the risk for the reward. So he's one of those characters that those chains and those like just buffs from the chains, like the little bit of defense it's offering for the blue from the chain from Anzog and the red from Margaret. That just makes your green team that you're bringing in with these color stacks that much better. Not to mention if it goes through like a mono team, if 5 greens have the triple chain stack, now you got 5 people with 5% better defense, 5% better attack, getting that heal, and also getting that red resist.
Well, and also when you're talking about raid tournaments, the 5-star tournaments that come up, and you have the stat boost tournaments that, like, say, blues weren't allowed, and it was all you get the extra attack off of how many buffs you have stacked. Right. You have that triple chain link.
Right.
All your reds on your defense because they can't throw blues at you, so you might stack 1 or 3 reds on your defense, maybe 5 if
Still
on where you're at. But that gives all those extra buffs for all those extra attack, and then GG's from there because you're stacking so much. And that's where the game is going. It's about stacking as many things as you can, which is why everyone hates Thorn, and a lot of people look down on Quintus as well.
Yeah. Well, before Ravnir gets here, we do have an event coming up before that. It's coming actually on the 25th of this month, Atlantis Rising. We have some myths and some stuff coming out about that. There's supposedly some reduction on the board energy costs. There's supposed to be some more added tokens, Atlantis tokens, supposedly for pools. And then hopefully there's hint at new heroes coming out. So you read the notes, so I'll let you take the lead on this one.
Yeah, so what they're wanting to do is release more Season 2 heroes throughout the year. Potentially probably up until a few months before Season 3 is ready to launch. So they're still releasing new heroes for Season 2. The way for them to introduce those heroes is to bring them into special levels to where you can collect extra Atlantis coins. I don't have anything confirmed of how much Atlantis coins you get for these.
Right.
But they will be releasing apparently on the Atlantis banners for you to pull for these new heroes. I think that we're getting Ursina at this next banner. There's talk of Gravemaker coming back up on this next Atlantis banner. And so when that Atlantis Rising event is going on, you're definitely, especially if you're cheap to play, free to play, and even the whales, they're going to want to get those extra pulls from getting those Atlantis tokens. But the world energy supposedly is as low as 3 energy per level.
On a hard mode?
Apparently unconfirmed. I
Okay.
don't have that confirmed yet, but just from what I've heard, as low as 3 energy.
That's sick. Still on a regular mode. You know, we're getting more. Also, apparently, we're getting more materials. I've heard too. So possibly more book
Yeah,
bags,
yeah.
which is my main.
So
Um,
whatever your drop is, double it. Whatever the XP is, double it. So
nice.
there's a lot of players who have been saving like 100 gold energy flask and 1,000 loot tickets. No joke. Players have been saving this.
That's
So
crazy.
they didn't know what they were saving it for because
Right.
they didn't know about the Atlantis Rises quite yet, even when they were saving it. But they knew that they were saving it for something. So
Right.
I mean, these guys, I sure hope that they make a video of it when they do it. But they're going to go through and they're probably going to power level from whatever level they are with the double XP. If they farmed the last level on season 2 with all that, they're probably going to be able to power level a few levels at a time of their actual player level.
Yeah, that would be sick. I currently have a lot of tickets. Tickets are going to be play a big part in this. World Energy Flash going to play a lot of part in this. Gems, because I mean, if you run out of energy, I mean, just gym. You can gym and get your energy back too. It's nice to have a nice even or odd number that's divisible by a certain number. Like I would love to have like a 55, a 50, the 42s, you know, the numbers that are divisible by the 3s and the 6s and the 7s that are possibly like half of what these energies are going to be.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you're like me, so I'm almost done with season 2. I'm working backwards. I already finished all the harvest levels, and I'm just going backwards on it, right? But I'm holding off playing season 2 advance to finish it because I don't know if it will be this way. You might want to stop playing season 2 for a little bit if you're trying to progress in that for the ascension materials for completing it.
Yeah.
Because you might be able to get that for really cheap.
Right.
World energy costs very soon. We don't know that, but if I can go through and complete a level that is normally 12 and complete it for like 4 energy,
right,
then for me that's worth holding on to for a few weeks. And I'm still farming season 2, just farming for different levels.
Right. What about the tokens? Are they going to be on every single level again, or are they going to be added? Or are we going to be able to like? That's the thing. There's going to be unlimited tokens.
The tokens are only going to be where the new special enemies are at.
Okay.
So they're going to pop up on random levels. I don't know how many. I don't know if it's going to be if you beat one level, if it pops up on another. But for free-to-play, cheap-to-play accounts especially, you want to chase after where those tokens are going to be.
Right. Right. Because it gives you a free pool. Like, you know, and nothing else, you know, what is it, 300 tokens, I think it is? 350?
Yeah, you only need...
No, you need 100.
Yeah,
100. My bad.
100.
Yeah, 100. So 100 tokens is the pool. And then also, I believe this summons all the heroes from Atlantis, the whole shebang bang will be in the pool, will be in the lottery. Not confirmed.
That's what you've been hearing, right?
Yeah, not confirmed. Also, if we're also theory, because this is theory news, where theory would break it down. We got Aaron technically 2 months ago. So Aaron was 2 months ago. So what's that? It's May. So backwards would be, gosh, I'm bad. April, March. So March, possibly February. We got Aaron. I think it was March. So then we got a Lassie, and then so this month we're predicting that Gravemaker possibly be on the banner. So if Grave is on the banner, which we're thinking, we don't know for sure, we're speculating. That's big news because Gravemaker is a game changer, and you can hear it from us. I think he's one of the top barbarians in the game right now. He's definitely in the top 3, if not the number 1. So if he's on the banner, if he's on the summons, on the summons for this Atlantis Rising, that's big news. And then if you get those tokens, that gives you a chance of getting him, if nothing else. If you don't want any of the season 2, Gravemaker is very good. I would be happy to have a second one if I pull. We'll see. We will see.
Yeah, I mean, Gravy's a good one to have.
Ursarnia is possibly going to be on this summons for sure. I think she's going to be
Ursina.
Ursina, sorry, Ursina, not Ursarnia. Ursina is going to be the first one. See, this is why I got that dad here, because I need him to correct all the names I have butchered the whole time I've been playing this game and doing live podcasts. But Ursina is going to be, I'm saying it wrong still. I'm saying it wrong.
It's all
good. Yeah. So she's going to be on there, and she's coming with a reflect, a hit all, and she's coming with something else. I don't remember what the tech is, but she's going to be very interesting. Unconfirmed, she's possibly a sorcerer. Confirmed, she's purple because we know. Confirmed, she's going to do a yellow reflect like Mitsuko. I wonder if it's for 3 or for all. We don't know. Is it going to be slow or fast? I don't know. But what do you think she's going to bring to the game? Because now we got that yellow reflect, and is it even as relevant as Mitsuko's is? Because Mitsuko guards against all those blue snipers, but like, who is she really guarding against besides Poseidon and June? And I guess Drake Fong, as far as like the yellows, and I guess Justice. So
I guess if she reflects Gwen's mana for somehow.
That's the thing. I don't believe that any of the blue, because like for instance, when Agir does his, well, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to work because they don't really have a blue mana down person. So if she reflects Gwen's mana resistance, that would make a big difference. That's the only special I can see it actually doing some crazy stuff.
One of the other better meta yellows is Drake Fong.
Yeah, right. Now that one would be harder. That would be better. Do you think it's going to be like I have confirmed blocked Alassie's special, and if she doesn't die from it, it does actually do the mana reduction back at her. Now, do you think if you block June or Poseidon's buff, will it actually shoot the blind or the? I guess Poseidon doesn't necessarily do the resistance, but will they?
This is going to be a new meta. It sounds like that they're going to start rolling under. They have the repost, and now they're adding the reflect.
Right. I know for a fact that Magnes does give him back his armor. Like I have reflected Magnes a couple times. His armor buff still does go on people, but his damage does go right back to him.
But the reflect is against the enemy. So anything that goes against the enemy could be reflected back.
Right. Like so blind.
In theory, Gwen reduces everyone's mana. In theory, that would reflect back and reduce everyone's mana on their
team. In theory.
On their team.
So then Justice would blind everybody possibly, because really we don't have. I don't know that I've ever blocked Richards and seen the reduction of attack. So that'll be interesting to see if that happens. That would be the only one I could test it on is Richard for the reduction of
Richard. Well, I mean, you tested it on Alassie. You said that she got the mana reflection back against Alassie.
She did. Right? She did. That happened. I've seen that. But now, the only thing I would say that would like counter that is that she's also a sorcerer, and I have emblems into Mitsuko, so maybe it was the sorcerer reduction of mana. I don't know. We have to test it.
Well, no. The sorcerer mana reduction won't pop up like that. It'll just reduce it for the talent.
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. But see, like so like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't know if Alassie's mana reduction from her special, and then Mitsuko being a sorcerer.
Where's the chef? He's in chat right now.
Yeah.
Chef, does Mitsuko reflect Richard's attack back onto him? His attack nerf, does it reflect that back onto him?
That's a good question. So, Chef, when he'll figure that out.
If it does, then that would be a great counter for your Drake Fong. Already we know it's going to be a counter for Drake Fong, but if it's going to be a counter for...
Yeah, Justice in them too. Let me see. I don't know. Yeah. You there?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. That's one thing. So we'll figure out when our Saint or... Go ahead. You tell her name. I'm messing her name up. Ursina. Ursina. When Ursina comes out. Let me see. What else do we got up in here? So I have the upgrades to the Stronghold. We think that's possibly coming.
So, Real quick, the chef says no, only damage reflex. The
Right.
side effects won't be on anyone though.
Okay.
So they don't the buffs or the nerfs won't be reflected back on, but sounds like they won't be affected. So maybe with Ursina, she won't be affected by Gwen, but it just won't be reflected back. So that's the main question with Ursina. If she is kind of gives a good defense against Gwen.
If she gives good defense against Gwen, I definitely want her. That makes a big deal for me personally. But yeah.
So moving on, we got the extra base building coming up, Stronghold 21.
Yes, we do. We have the Stronghold 21 coming up, guys. So, what's your advice going forward towards this?
I mean, any account like mine that's been playing, I've been playing since March 6, 2017. We've been waiting for this for easily 6 months plus.
Right.
Easily 6 months plus. So I think it's much needed, and I believe it's going to roll out just a one level up at a time throughout the rest of the year.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll roll out Stronghold 21, then we can get some other stuff built up. What I really want them to see is bring out a upgraded VIP pass for like $10 or $20 a month that gives you quadruple the amount of loot, but also like 3 or 4 base builders.
Okay.
I think especially for accounts who are really far behind, like newer players who've only been playing for a year, that would definitely be something that I think a lot of those players would buy for $20. That would make sense for the players and make sense for SG. It's one of those deals that would please all the players, and the whales would still buy because they would get all the extra goodies.
Right.
And the players like me who have had their base maxed for so long, and it would give us more incentive to buy VIP, even though we're kind of ahead on the base building.
Right.
So,
what do you think's going to come with 21? Because they're actually offering new features on either forges, or we're thinking possibly alchemy lab. There is the hunter's lodge. There was
so we're gonna get the upgrades for the hunter's lodge, and which is an upgrade on the forge, and these items for this upgraded for the hunter's lodge are directed purely to combat 13 and 14 star titans, I bet.
Now, do you think that when those items, when they're converting these lodges into whatever, are we still going to have our abilities that the forges had, or do you think it's going to be completely wiped out and brand new?
It seems like it's going to be a new building, and again, I don't know. I'm not in beta.
Right.
It would make sense to me both ways. It would make sense to where it's like an add-on to where you can still do the old stuff. But it also makes sense to me that because what they use in their language is convert.
Right.
To convert existing buildings into these higher end ones. So what that tells me is to get a barracks when they rolled out the barracks, because the barracks wasn't out when the game first started.
Right.
It rolled out a few months later, or so, like 5 or 6 months later, within that time after the game launched.
Right.
So, but we had to convert a building for that. It wasn't just they gave us extra space. I think it's going to be similar to this. So right now I have 3 forges because I just never saw a need for 4 forges. So that made sense for that to become a barracks.
Right.
So if we do get these new hunter lodges, it would make sense for me to do probably 1 or 2 of my forges into the hunter's lodge, but still retaining one of the older ones.
Right.
But you do want to stop crafting items right now and save, because we don't know exactly what it's going to take. They are going to introduce new mats for crafting battle items.
Right.
With this, but I also hear that it is going to take some original crafting items as well for these better materials. Like we have a hurricane, which is like a tornado on steroids.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It gives 100%. It fills up the mana 100%.
Yep. We have a couple of items coming out that are going to be crazy, and we can't show pictures of these again because it's not released actually on SG's or it said SGs. Wow, on the
Well,
website.
some of them I think they've released, but I would have to look into that just to double check. So maybe later this week on our next podcast we can do that.
Yep. Yep.
But we just want to make sure that we don't do anything outside of compliance for beta content.
Right. So confirm the Empires and Puzzles Stronghold is going to go to 25. Do you think we're going to actually finally cross those bridges that are at the end of the map?
I think that they will extend it out.
Because at in the 5 level, because like it's level 5, you get an extra space. It's level 11, level 15, and then level 20, right? So technically level 25, you would think would get an extra space. So maybe we won't have to convert maybe we'll get our forges back. You know, you would probably convert all 3 forges into whatever the lab, the alchemy, the hunter's lodge, or whatever else is going to be, and then maybe you get the one of the forges back and start over with the old stuff, or you can just hold off and build one of the labs or whatever once you get the forge up to like level 20 or whatever, and then convert it then.
Well, one thing that we do know is that I believe we're not getting the Alchemy Lab or Hero Academy. It's not going into beta until like October, November. So we're not going to get the Hero Academy or Alchemy Lab until like November, December.
But we know for sure that the Hunter's Lodge is probably going to be the first one.
Yeah, because they are wanting to re-release 13 and 14 Star Titans.
Okay. What about which way do you go first? Like I'm level heavy, so like right now I'm leveling heroes like crazy as much as I can. I'm gonna go towards the iron side of this thing, and that's clearly where you have to go first anyway because of the stronghold. So there's not really a way in the game to store iron, but I kind of had this theory and this thought process before we even got on the podcast. So guys, what I'm doing right now is keeping about 2 million iron in my banks or whatever, my iron, my storage. So I'm having about 2 million, and I'm playing with that other 300k iron with like maybe dropping down to like 15 or like should I say 1.5 mil, and then I go back up to full, and then keep it right in there fluctuating. But I think closer towards the 30th or the 29th, or actually probably after Atlantis Risings of this month, I'm going to stop actually gathering my iron, but like maybe twice a day, waiting for that the hit. So that way I have full iron when this drops, so I can immediately upgrade my stronghold that first day and go ahead and get the ball rolling on that, because we don't know how many days it's going to be. It's like what was it, like a week for 19 to 20? Is that right? About a week?
A week or two.
Yeah, so 21 is probably either going to be a 8 day, or either they could add a whole nother 2 days to the 7 we're already on top of. And I'm going to actually focus on the food storage, or I guess I'll try to focus on one food storage and one iron storage to try to balance out, saving food and saving iron to get these up. But iron is the key one because the stronghold's the first one, and then after that, you definitely want to do your storages first, and then maybe start upgrading your and converting stuff. I don't think the conversion is the best way to go first. I think the getting everything like the storage. I would probably do the storages first, then maybe do the conversion if you want to play with the base. I definitely would work on your watchtower for sure. Probably in the top 3 or top 2 adjustments after the stronghold, and then from there maybe work on a farm or something like that one at a time. So that way you're not gathering resources. And with that VIP pass, like you were talking about, you have the option of doing both, so you can dabble in the iron storage and farm storage. So you kind of doing half your food, half your iron. Clearly, I'm iron heavy right now, but
the key is you're leveling up your stronghold is to build up your mines and stuff while your iron storage. So then by the time your stronghold is done, your iron storage is then replenished and up high enough to be able to level up the next one.
Right.
So like for me, what my account is, my base has been maxed for quite a long time.
Yeah.
I max my iron 2 or 3 times a day.
Yeah.
Easy.
Right.
So like it won't take long for me to, for players in my status, in that same situation, it won't take them long to have it. Now the thing about it is, to get a stronghold 21, you won't have to have all four level 20 iron storage. I believe it's like 318 and a 17, or like a couple 19s and like a couple 18s. I don't remember exactly, but it is confirmed that you don't have to have all level 20 iron storage to get up to Stronghold 21.
But on the flip side, this is your warning to go ahead and get your storages up to level 20 now before this update comes out and releases. So that way you're ahead of the game. Because if it doesn't take 20s now, it will later. You know, because like,
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, iron doesn't necessarily seem like, after you get your strongholds max, iron does seem kind of lackluster. But I think we're gonna have so many bases that are built. Like for instance, you're talking about the hunting lodge, the alchemy lab. You're talking about farm storage, farms. Everything takes, if things take more iron. The only thing that takes food are the mines and the watchtower, and I think the iron stores, right? They take food, right?
Yeah.
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 So it's 3 food things, and the rest are all iron. So you know, iron storages aren't. I'd say after 25, you could probably fall off on the iron storages, but prior to getting to that base level 25, keep your iron storages maxed to keep up with the level. Like as soon as you hit stronghold 24, I would go to 24 a piece storages, so that way after I got to 25 stronghold, then I could break on those and then dump all, you know, dump everything else into the base itself. That's just me.
We also don't know how much time in between each stronghold it's going to take for them to release the next one. Could be a month, could be 7 weeks,
right?
Could be 2 months. I don't think it's going to be 2 months. I think they'll have it all done before the end of the year. But you know, it could be like a 6-week break in between each one, and they could have them all rolled out by the end of the year.
Yeah, you're right.
So if they do it that way, it shouldn't be too hard to by the end of the year to have most of your base, if you're already maxed, most of your base being close to max, and probably like within 6 months of 2020 having your base remaxed again.
Yeah.
Easy.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna take that long. I mean, it's just something to really like, I think, eat up that for me at least, is actually finally using my VIP pass for more than just collecting 3 tickets, 1 emblem, and 30 gems a day. So, you know, that's
it'll be nice for us, and this is something that has been much needed, and they know it. Players knew it, they knew it. But the 2 buildings that are the most talked about, even more than the Hunter's Lodge, is the Alchemy Lab and the Hero Academy.
Right. And we have a lot of theories about the Hero Academy, and we have a lot of theories about the Alchemy Lab.
So
yeah, go ahead.
We know more about the Alchemy Lab than we know about the Hero Academy.
Okay.
We know the Alchemy Lab is going to be designed to be able to craft essential materials.
Okay. What do you think it's going to cost to craft them?
You know what? If it takes 2 Damascus blades for me to make 1 tome, I'll totally do it, because my Damascus blades outweigh my tomes like 3 to 1. Basically,
to bring some balance back to your account, right?
Yeah, and well, the thing about it is I've also met people who have the opposite problem, to where they have like 9 tomes and only 2 Damascus blades.
Yeah. Yeah.
So being able to do that, I mean, you look at our orbs. How many orbs do you have right now?
I have over 50 orbs. Yeah, 50.
Okay.
50
if you
orbs.
Could turn 4 orbs into 1 dart, would you do it?
Yes, in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
In a heartbeat.
You would take 16 of those orbs, and you would make 4 darts.
Yes. I would drop down to probably 16 orbs. That's how many darts I'd make.
Yeah, you could take 24 of those, and then that would give you 6 darts, and you still have another 26 left.
Right. Right.
So that's what we don't know what the conversion rates will be, and what materials will be used for those conversions. But we do know that it's going to be aimed towards us being able to craft our own essential materials.
So we have a kind of theory too about the Hero Academy, that possibly trading in our 5-star cards for 5-star hero cards for new heroes. So, you know, what doubles would you trade? Like, for instance, I have triple Horcall. Do you think it's worth me trading one triple Horcall in for something else?
Yeah, for horror call with an account like yours, I mean, you could trade in all three and just be fine. But you probably want to keep at least. You'd be fine with. You probably keep one just for the showpiece.
I will probably keep one horror call of all time. You know, I'm a
But
big fan
okay,
of keeping all of my cards, but you know,
here's my thing though. Okay, is it going to be you're trading in two horror calls and you get a chance at a Catalan or an Elkanon or Leanna? Is it you're trading in your four extra Anzogs for a Marjana, for a chance at a Marjana, stuff like that. So I don't know what it's going to be. I'm more worried about that than the Alchemy Lab.
yeah, yeah. I thought we also had a theory that maybe you trade in a 5-star card for a Ascension material too. We ran that theory too. Now that's something I'd be real interested in because let me tell you something: 2 horror calls for 2 toxins all day, all day.
Yeah. I mean, absolutely, absolutely. You know, some of your Anzogs for some extra Mystic rings. I remember when Gravemaker came out, and I saw this dude's account. He had 50, 60 gravies in it that he pulled.
Right.
So if the Alchemy Lab was out during that time, is that 50, 60 Mystic rings?
That would be insane. That would be insane. And then what do you? That's 10. That's what 10 5-stars. So then like literally you have your reds and your here that. But that also gives. I think what they're doing too, because we got to remember, guys, this is it's a free to play game. You can play for free. But then also, you have people that like to pull and collect cards, like myself. So that gives incentive to people that have already got just about everything, and I'm close to just about having everything. You know, you know, going back to pulling because like if I still keep my 5-star win streak or whatever going on, then it gives me incentive to go ahead, and get heroes that I would never level up. Like for instance, it's certain heroes I definitely keep double up. Like we've already talked about my shield down meta, I definitely keep double up. My very fast meta, I'd keep double up. And then anybody that complements the shield defense down big hit meta, like for instance, let's say you had Alkanon, Evelyn, and you had Buddy. I definitely would keep that meta going on because you have the big three. I have your defensive down, I have your shield down, and then I also have a big 3 hitter. So like that would, usually that's a one shot to 3 people on a team. So something like that, I definitely would keep. And even multiples of. So then, like we were running, like for instance, running into these blue tank war teams or these red tank war teams or yellow tank war teams, you have multiples of that set up. But to get the account set up for that, trading in some of the guys I'm never going to use, like for instance, triple Magni, triple Horror Call, or like I don't know, some of the other ones we thought that were not necessarily. I have one, don't need necessarily 2 or 3 of them to get the rest of the account set up to where I can throw 3 teams of shield down, defensive down, big hit. That would be worth it for me. So like that would definitely be getting the account in shape. But more so, what we also I think is probably more important than getting the essential materials was the leveling problem that everybody seems to have. Yes, you can take a 5-star from level 1 to 80 in 7 days, but how do you feel after you do that? So you tell me. Like I want improved leveling from heroes. I want heroes to either generate faster, maybe another star that comes out in an hour. So maybe 3 stars go to an hour, 2 stars in 30 minutes, a chance at 4 stars in maybe 6 hours, something like that. But that day, the 2 day, they got to get rid of all that. It's way too long.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have too many issues with how long it takes us to level up a hero. That comes with when your account gets to a certain point.
Yeah, I'm at that point. I did it to myself.
I mean, but you're starting to come to learn how to get to that point where you can get a new 70 in 4 days from 1-1, or a new 80 from 1-1 in 7 days, 8 days.
Right.
You're starting to learn how to do that. New players, they can't expect to be able to level up as fast as a higher level player. I mean, I have 44 world energy at level 56.
Right.
A player at level 20, level 30, they're just not going to be able to accomplish that. My biggest thing with leveling speed is the emblems right now. It's just the emblems.
Yeah.
I don't think that the training camps are necessarily broken. I think that there's a lot of good ways to level up heroes just fine.
Yeah.
Once I discovered that without buying trainer packs and without having, like right now, I have like 30 or 40 trainer heroes saved up. Without having any of that, it still only takes me 7 days to level up an 80. Yeah, your people's accounts will get there. That's one of those things that just comes with experience and stuff like that. But there aren't going to be any training camp add-ons as of right now.
Right.
I don't believe.
You think we'll see him at 25? Probably. You think they'll do the training camp last?
Yeah, I think with 25, the Hero Academy will be like that upgraded building.
Yeah.
And I think what that's going to be is what I want to see is them having us use items that players barely use. Like some of these. So, we just killed our Titan, by the way.
Nice. Nice. We're in the same alliance, guys. So if he killed a Titan, I killed a Titan.
That's right. I didn't get anything good.
Oh.
But what I want to see for the Hero Academy is like very fast training of 1 and 2 star heroes, or just 2-star heroes. That uses like something that we barely use, like leather armor or strong rope or wooden shields or training manuals.
Yeah.
Like, direct us, and I think that for like the alchemy lab and or not I hope for the hunters labs that they have us using like crafting items that like we barely use. Like we use a lot of crude iron, so hopefully they give us something to where we need to use a lot of streams or oil or leather strips or common herbs, because I have 28,000 of them.
Common what? Herbs?
Common herbs. I have 28,000 of them.
Yeah.
So that's why I want to see all these upgraded buildings is them looking at the meta and at our crafting and our ascension items and seeing what we're not using as a majority player base and get us so that we can start using those items as well.
Yeah.
Not use the items. So like, yeah, make it to where you need like 5 wooden shields to train a 2-star in a minute.
Right.
No big deal. But what I think the Hero Academy is going to bring us, and this is why I'm running 4 TC20s, and this is going to be my last time of running multiple TC20s.
Right.
Because the Hero Academy, I believe, is going to be the upgraded building to give us the ability to train year 1 Hero of the Months.
Nice. That would be great in theory. That would be great in theory.
So, yeah, so year 1 Hero of the Months, we're talking Ares, Athena, Hel, Alberic, Perseus, which is, he's not terrible. They don't give out the chain names, so they're not quite as meta as this year's Hero of the Month. So it makes sense that for the cheap to play and free to play accounts, they're going to give us a way to get in train names, and even for some whales who might not have gotten them because they are pretty rare.
Well, I would love a shot at like Zelyn, Natalia, your girl, Thothaman, Delilah, Albie. There's that's actually the meta I'm missing is actually the year 1 Hero of the Month.
I think some of probably like the top 5 out of that list would be in no specific order: Athena, Albie, Ares, Delilah, and Hel.
Right.
So, guys, this is where you want to get your base ready to go. Is for the end of the year for next year you can start training Hero of the Months.
Right. I agree.
And for free to play and cheap to play accounts, that's going to be a game changer.
It is.
For those people, especially ones who don't have any hero of the months. Yeah, like I said, it's not. It doesn't. They don't have any chain link meta, but they're still going to have higher stats than a season what the 5-star.
Yeah,
I agree. Have better attack. Athena's still great.
Right.
Ares is still great. The Wild is still right behind Gwen as the second best yellow tank, probably. Hell is still Hell. She's freaking amazing.
Yeah.
We're not scared of the Dark Lord. We're scared of Hell.
Right.
So, yeah, guys, we'll be doing just for the audience listening. We will be doing interviews and stuff with other YouTubers and everything. We have quite a few different types of shows planned for this.
Yes.
So,
yes. This is the first one.
This is our first one.
Yeah, bear with us. We're gonna probably get the we'll probably go with Skype. I don't know. We'll see what we can do. Discord doesn't work that bad. We just gotta get the audio working. We'll revisit this video and figure it out. We've been on for an hour and a half. We've hit all the topics. I have ran out of slideshows. It's 11:09 here, so I know it's 12:09 there for you. I think we'll sign off from here. Closing remarks, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you guys listening in. If you're not live with us, thanks for joining in later on. We will be working to distribute this podcast via SoundCloud and other podcast apps. So give us some time on that and give us some more time on the audio. Until we get the audio right, we will not be distributing on SoundCloud or anything like that. But once we get all that narrowed down, then we'll start sending them out there. And yeah, we will be doing more interviews. I am in contact with some of the devs, and I'm hoping by the end of the year I can get a dev in on an interview for 2020 updates and what's coming. I have a pretty good feeling I should be able to snag that. We want to get Data and Ulsapak from Crystal Palace in to talk about their alliance group and just get to know them better. Some of the other YouTubers that you guys enjoy. Me and Killa might be in 7 days alliance group, but it's not going to be a 7-day show. We're trying to cover the entire game, so it's not just going to be 7 days community. We're going to be reaching out to many other YouTubers and stuff like that. So
believe it or not, we might actually interview this guy that looks like an orc right there. That picture right there. Might interview him, but we'll see. We gotta see if he puts on his mask. If he puts on his mask, we might let him join us. If not, no way. But guys, I want to say you can reach that dad at the channel linked in the description. You guys know you can follow me on this channel right here. Killa from Empires and Puzzles. That dad at Empires and Puzzles. We will catch you guys another time. Peace. And thank you guys for all the support. And again, follow us and like and let us know in the description of this if you got comments or questions. We'll try to get to those next time. Talk to you guys later. I'm out. Peace.